Hello y'all on YouTube, this is Rob with Rob's Nerdy Knives. Today we got a very special unboxing, another part unboxing from Fredthelug. We have another really special knife in here. Alright, this is a 6-part bag kind of unboxing, and so far we've taken a look at the Tasca Tools Mac Daddy, which is amazing. We've taken a look at the Simeon Customs. This is the Unbo. And then we took a look at the Peter Recenti, the Snafu Full Custom. That was pretty cool as well. So these are some cool ones. So I don't know what's next. I haven't looked at it. I'm trying to keep it like totally suspenseful. So let's see what this is. All right. Here we go. So this one is very aggressive. I like the scale. Okay. Ooh. So this is the Sean O'Connell Mini G. I believe that's what this one is. There are 6 knives in there. This one is in Magna Cut. I don't think it says it on there, does it? This is the O'Connell. Yep, so this is the one. So this is the Sean O'Connell. It is a frame lock. I love that frame lock. Is that lasered? I can't quite tell. That looks like it's lasered on the inside. That's crazy. All right, let's see how the action goes. All right, I'm suspecting this might be on phosphor bronze washers. Yeah, that is a thick blade. That is a thick blade. Can it front flip? It sure can. Wow. So I don't know anything about Sean O'Connell. I'm hoping I'm saying it correctly. Sean O'Connell knives. A big giant clip. Again, something I've seen with some custom makers. No contact. That is interesting. It's got a unique texture. I do like that honeycomb texture. That's pretty cool. Nice aggressive hollow grind. We've got a swedge. We've got a compound grind. Pretty thick tip. Does have a nice pokey tip. You can see his wording there. Does it say anything on the inside about the knife? Let's see. I can't quite see, but it is laser. It's got some cool texture. It doesn't look like there's any weight relief. I'm assuming this is titanium. Yeah, titanium with like a black anodized or something. That's what it seems like. If it's PVD, it's really nice. Really nice. I like the back spacer on there. Very tight on there. No sharp spots. I do appreciate that. I'm not a fan of that. That really kind of bugs me. But that is interesting. Yeah, no sharp spots there. How about here? No. Okay, good attention to detail. Get a nice presentation. It is contoured. I like that. Beautifully polished on the outside. I think that's really cool. It's got a nice thumb placement right here. I think that's really cool. Definitely a tanto, a unique tanto, I would say, with a little bit of a harpoon, dagger, tanto, whatever you want to call this thing. You know, it looks aggressive. It looks like it's going to bite you. But the Mini G, I can see that. So there you go. Does flip pretty well. Let's see. Let's do left-handed. With a big old clip, it's easy to flip left-handed. I will say that. That's for sure. Can do the thumb flick there. Can we? Is it going to hurt my finger to do this? Let's see. Nope. Good. That's cool. Can we do it on the right-hand side? Let's see. Can we get it over here? We can. Can we do the reach around? We can. It is a big boy. That is a thick, aggressive knife on this guy. That is for sure. Wow. I like a little bit of the skeletonized on there. This is definitely custom. These are full customs that Fred's let me check out. You can see it's been carried. It's got a couple of snail trails from being in the pocket, which is expected. Not surprising. And that could be polished up very easily, actually, if someone really wanted to not do that. This looks like a knife you would want to carry, right? I love the big, giant pivots there. That looks like it's a T25 maybe or something like that. T30. It's huge. These look like T8s, maybe T6s. I can't quite tell. But very neat. This is not something I would take apart, do anything like that with, but definitely very cool. Very neat knife. Nice thick grind. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 different sand direction, satin finish directions on here, which is pretty wild. This hollow grind is amazing. Nice and sharp for sure. That's cool. Definitely can choke up on here. That is nice. It doesn't have any jimping here, but if you're pushing, it works. But here you got some jimping, and that jimping is locks you in. The texture is nice. It doesn't feel like it's going to slip out of your hand. I got to tell you, I am really enthralled by that laser etching or whatever they're doing in there, that laser milling, it looks like it's lasered on the inside. That is really stinking cool. I really like that. That's just unique. Just really unique. Nice little touch. Interesting knife for sure. It's not quite my aesthetic, as you know. This reminds me a bit of the Taro, a little more aggressive than the Taro. Some of you guys are going to absolutely love this. You're going to think this is the bee's knees, and you're going to think it's fantastic. All right, since this is a custom, it's not fair to do a full review or anything like that because customs are built usually for specific purposes. I'm going to go ahead and weigh this and see what this guy weighs. This feels like it might be 5.5 ounces, maybe more. 4.6 ounces. So it's not super giant heavy, but it's not light. It's not light for a little guy, for sure. All right, let's see what is our length on this guy. I'm thinking we're around 7 1/4 maybe. 7 3/8. 7 3/8. So just a little bit over. With the choil area here, you've got about 4 and 4 1/8, maybe 4 1/4 if you can go on the side. The tip to the back of the handle is about 3 and I want to say 3/16. The cutting length is about exactly 3 1/16. I think 3 1/16 of an inch. All right, so there you go. All right, blade stock thickness. That's the one I am very curious about. So here we go. What is the blade stock thickness going to be on this guy? I'm going to bet it's ridiculous. 209 thousandths of an inch. Let's see, it does go down here, but back here it's 210 thousandths of an inch. Can you see that? 210 thousandths of an inch. Hold on. 210 thousandths of an inch. That is not a thin blade. That would make Medford jealous. All right, I would make Medford big giant blades jealous because that's got some chunk to it. It's got some heftiness to it. So I did feel a little stick, and I noticed that there's some black marker on here, which tells me that maybe it does suffer from a little stick. It's always, you know, titanium without a steel bar insert. It's perfectly fine as long as you get the angle geometry correct. But if you're off a little bit, that can always make it a little frustrating. So that is what we are dealing here with, and that would be kind of an interesting thing for me. I'm not exactly sure what this falls into for price range, so hold on. All right, as far as I can tell from prices of other knives, this is about a 1,000, anywhere from about $1,400 to more, depending on, I guess, the knife. But I saw some basic Sean O'Connell's knives go for $1,450. So I'm going to assume this is anywhere between $1,200 and $1,800 minimally for this knife. So it's definitely a very pricey custom. Interesting design. I think this is one of those knives, if it speaks to you, it's definitely going to really appeal to you. I'm glad to have checked it out. It's very unique. It's very different. I do find that I'm very comfortable with the aesthetic that I like, and this doesn't quite fit it. I'm not on these overbuilt, super thick, big boy kind of knives. That just doesn't do it for me. And this is cool. I will tell you, it's well made. It's solid. It's smooth, beautiful for phosphor bronze cage bearings. This is definitely pretty smooth. It's got a thick washer. They're pretty tight. I'm not a big fan of how thick that is. I mean, I get it's that. I don't feel like I have to flick a knife. If it's a custom, I'm paying that much. I want it buttery smooth, right? So yeah. Definitely unique knife, I will say. So if you're curious, let's zoom in here so you can take a little look at this. You can definitely see the unique shape of the blade. And then of course you got a captive pivot and this unique diamond or honeycomb kind of pattern with a black, I'm gonna say maybe black PVD, or maybe it's black anodized with the screws. And then you've got this clip, very big aggressive clip that doesn't quite touch. Very smooth. I think it's cool. It's got this little kind of skeletonized little part up here. No weight relief, but there is some unique laser etching on the inside. A nice big back spacer. Nice big giant pivot there. Again, that edge, this is supposed to be Magna Cut with some aggressive jimping, and there's the maker's mark, so to speak. And you got a fuller, so it's a front flipper and a thumb hole kind of flipper. Very, very thick blade, as you can see, right? Dead nut centered, which is cool. And then let's see, our lockup here is probably a good 10%, maybe 15%. You can see right there, 10, 15%. So yeah, there you go. Interesting knife, very unique, very different. I can tell you it's not quite my aesthetic. I get some of these custom knife makers really make some unique stuff, and I appreciate that. And I love that because you know what, they make something for someone out there. Someone's going to really love this, and they're going to really identify. They're going to be like, this is what I've been looking for all along. Just like the Dalibor Bergam, a lot of his knives are just way over the top for me. I would never want to own one of those. I mean, to be fair, no offense, they're just too much, right? I like simplicity, elegance. That's kind of why I really, really, really dig like Clark handmade knives. Those really speak to me really well. Ware knives speak to me really well. Let's see, who else do I really like? Mayberry Customs, I really like, especially the simplicity and the polished look and stuff like that. So these are things that I find greatly enjoyable. This is unique. I do love the scales. I think this is beautiful. I'm not a big fan of the blade shape. He does have other designs, I've noticed. So, you know, there you go. And I'm sure people who know this guy love him, but you know, you don't have to love everything. Never apologize for not liking a knife, even if it's a great knife maker. Their aesthetic may just not be for you, and that's no insult to the great knife maker. It isn't really. It's just your personal aesthetic. That's what makes these custom knives so unique. There is a very strong group of people who love this look, and that's why this guy has these fantastic knives and does quite well, right? Because there's a demand for this. Now, that is a very specific niche, I would say, not one that I'm in, and that's fair. I think that's absolutely fair. So that's my take on it. I think it's a cool knife. I think it looks nice. I think it's cool. I don't know. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Is this a knife that you go, oh my gosh, this is my grail of grails? I mean, that's fair. Is it? I don't know. Let me know. There's knives that I thought I would never want, and I love now, right? So who knows? Maybe I'll like this down the road. This one's just not quite my cup of tea, but it is cool. It is neat. It is well made, and it's a real honor and a privilege to get a chance to check it out. So I really want to thank Fredthelug for allowing me to check this out. Another one of his great knives in his collection. Do very much enjoy getting a chance to handle this. So very neat knife. Really cool. All right, let me know what you think about this one. I would love to hear your thoughts. Does anybody own this? Do you own one of these? Do you have something that's a little different? I feel like this is really up there. This is up there with the Dalibor Bergam, up there with the really high-end custom stuff, and definitely not one that I would probably carry because it's $1,400. I'm not too comfortable carrying this particular model like this. So there you go. Love to hear from you. Hey, if you found this content fun, interesting, maybe controversial, and you disagree with me, that's perfectly fine. Maybe consider hitting the like button. Maybe you want to hit the dislike button. That's fine. That's fine too. I'm not offended. Trust me. There's knives I love you're going to hate. There's knives you love that I don't like, and that's okay. I'm not going to use the word to hate because I always respect people's choice to buy what they love and love what they buy, right? That's the joy of this community. It's the joy of knives. There's so many options out there because there's so many great knife makers, and there's something there for everyone, and I love that about the community. And this is another example of that. Even if it's not for me, this is an example of there's just something really beautiful out there for someone this is what they've been looking for. This is going to hit the spot for them, and I'm excited for them. I'm excited for the maker to meet with those people, because just like me, there's things that I really enjoy. I like Edgar and Cole. Not a lot of people dig that. I really like Edgar and Cole. I love everything about it. You know, I think he's amazing, but he's not necessarily everybody's cup of tea. I think they make some of the most amazing knives. But that's, again, personal aesthetics, right? So anyways, if you found this content fun, interesting, worthwhile, or informative, would you please consider hitting the like button? If you've already hit that like button, maybe consider hitting the subscribe button as well. Subscribing and liking the channel. I know we say this. I say it all the time. It really does help out the channel. It allows me to grow, produce more content, do more things, ultimately more things for you guys. And I genuinely mean that. You're a big part of this channel growth. So thank you. Thank you to everyone out there who watches the content. Part of the community, part of live streams. I appreciate you. If you haven't already, consider hitting that notification button as well down below so you can be notified of future content like this and other videos. And a big shout out to all of my channel members. You do two amazing things. You encourage me by just being members. Thank you. I really do mean that. I don't do it full time, so your memberships just mean the world to me, so thank you. Secondly, because of your generous support, you allow me to check out things sooner than I ever thought. For instance, help cover shipping. So once a week, I can do the once a week budget banger giveaways. You're a huge part of that. Whether even if I'm given a knife or buy a knife, whatever, you're a huge part of covering the cost of shipping, all the different things. To check out interesting knives like this right here. This is not going to be cheap to ship back, right? Fortunately, I think I'm going to be able to give these to Fredthelug at Blade Show, Texas, so I'm very grateful for that. But the shipping on this would be astronomical. So you are a huge part of all of that when I borrow knives like that. So thank you, thank you, thank you guys. Secondly, as a result, so you're a huge part of that. As a result, I want to do two things for channel members. One, brand new channel members, I'd love to mail you a channel sticker and a thank you note. So if you're a brand new channel member, email me your name and address and say, hey, I'm a brand new channel member. I'd love to mail you a channel sticker and a thank you note while I still can, right? Channel's growing. I keep wanting to make sure I write a little note, let you know how much I appreciate you. Secondly, as the all channel members, you are eligible for the once a month members exclusive giveaway. So each week we try to do a budget banger giveaway, but that 1 week in a month, there'll be 2 giveaways. Members, you're eligible for both, not just one, for both of them. You can win both. And I try to make sure that the members giveaway is better than the budget banger, like a little bit nicer. So it's something you would enjoy winning as a prize or giving as a gift. It's my small way to say thank you. If any of that sounds interesting, there's a link down below in the description of how to become a member. I have 3 different tiers. Would love to have you at any of those tiers. But please don't feel pressure to do it. Do it because you want to and you choose to do so. And if you do, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm very grateful for that. Some of you guys are going to say, hey, what about the emojis? What about the kazoo salutes? What about the 1 year, 2 year, 3 year anniversary? What about the members exclusive content? Yes, yes, yes. All those things are so very true. Those are my small ways to say thank you and let you know how much I appreciate you, for sure. So if any of that sounds interesting, I'd love to have you. I'd be honored. It'd just mean the world to me. So again, everybody, thank you for watching this videos. I appreciate you guys. If you all haven't already, check me out on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Again, that's on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day and a great week. Bye.